Guys, today we are looking at chapter 13, Homeostasis. Now it's already October, so if October you don't complete bab 13, I dare to say this lah. No way you can complete the syllabus lah. I mean, if proper teaching proper teaching. Okay, so today I'm teaching you the first part of 13 to help you kickstart your. If you are form 5, then it's revision lah. Then if you're form 4, then benda baru lah kita kira. Okay, let's start. So first and foremost, homeostasis, is it very important? Yes. They can ask you in structure, they can ask you in essay. Boleh keluar 2 markah ataupun 3. Check. Homeostasis, some words first. Homeostasis is the maintenance of internal environment. Okay, persekitaran dalam, persekitaran dalam. We want to maintain it in a constant or near constant condition. Okay. In order to understand this, first you have to recall back what we learned in chapter 10, Form 4, chapter 10, transport. Guys, if you remember, our cells are bathed in a fluid. Sel badan dibasahi oleh bendalia tisu. Okay, interstitial fluid is same as tissue fluid. They are the same thing. Interstitial fluid, tissue fluid, they are the same thing. So guys, our body cells, they are constantly bathed by the tissue fluid or interstitial fluid. And this whole thing that you're looking at here is what we call the internal environment. Persekitaran dalaman. Okay, this is the internal environment. Guys, we want to maintain this internal environment whereby it is in a constant or near constant state. Now, to fully understand, I need to bring in the example of body temperature. Because without it, I think harder to understand. So guys, what's your body temperature? Obviously 37 degrees Celsius lah. So 37 suhu darjat. Ini suhu optimum bagi sel-sel badan. And guys, do we maintain the temperature around there? The answer is yes. So this is what we call homeostasis. Why? We try to keep the temperature at a constant or near constant. Boleh naik sedikit, which rarely occurs lah. Because now MCO, if your scan 36.3, 36.5, 37 means you are going to fall sick lah, basically. Okay, so we try to keep it at a constant or near constant, condition. So this is what it means. So guys, this picture here shows you homeostasis exactly. So apa yang anda nampak di sini ialah homeostasis. Kita nak mengekalkan suhu badan kita dalam lingkungan 37 suhu darjat. Alright. So if exam come out 2 marks, you can give these 2 points. If they ask for 3 marks, I would suggest you add in one more thing, which is the importance. Apakah kepentingan homeostasis ini? Guys, why is it important for, let's say, temperature to be optimum for enzyme? I'm not talking about this one, enzyme. Why is optimum temperature penting untuk enzyme? So that they function optimally. Highest rate of reaction. Sini sama juga, why 37 is good? So that your body cells function efficiently. Same answer. Okay guys, when your body cells are efficient, your whole body is efficient as well. That's what we are trying to achieve finally. Okay. Out of the topic a bit lah. Recently I've been showing some bodybuilders in my class. It was just a random sentence of, hey girls, you all like bodybuilders a lot, right? I know. I think it's been a while since girls got so aggressive towards me lah, my students. Sir, who told you like that? Sir, not anymore. This is already old-fashioned. I got all sorts of feedback lah. Yeah, and because Malaysians now, I mean, Lee Zijia is really an icon for badminton, right? I even have a student commenting, sir, Lee Zijia is perfect. So I asked, perfect for who? Oh, sir, perfect for me. Okay lah, fine lah, whatever you are happy with lah. Yeah, anyways, okay now. So, yeah guys, when they ask you homeostasis, maintenance of, if you want a very complete definition, maintenance of physical chemical factor in a constant or near constant condition. Okay. Alright. So this is what you need for exams. So just in case they ask you what is the importance in order to make sure body cells function, berfungsi dengan efficient. Function optimally, or function at its best, or function efficiently. Berfungsi secara efficient. Okay, this is everything that you need, guys. There's nothing else you need besides this. Okay. So today, my goal is to cover body temperature. My goal is to cover body temperature. That's why I brought in the example of body temperature just now. Not easy, I tell you first. This is only half the process, and this is the other half. Guys, whether you are Form 4 or you are Form 5, by now you should realize that you must have a system to study bio, because what differentiates a student who get A and don't get A is really the studying method, because you got buku text, everyone else got buku text. You got what? Reference book, people also got one. So, apa yang membezakan dua pelajar dari segi grade ialah teknik belajar. So guys, at this stage, if you are learning this for the first or second time, it's okay, you can read. But if you are a Form 5 student, on a serious note, you shouldn't be reading so much. Look, if you are reading this untuk kali pertama, guys, you are reading this for the first time, it's fine. Oh, normal body temperature is... If you are reading this the second time, the third time, the fourth time, it's okay. But if you are a Form 5 student, you are reading it for the 20th time, I think it's not okay. Because why? The first time you learn and the 20th time you learn, it must be different. It must be better. So if your method kali pertama and the last time the same, I know that you are not there yet. Confirm. In my class, I drill my students a lot lah. First time you read okay, but the last time you must be able to revise the process in 1 minute. So guys, today this is one of the things I want to share with you. You must be able to come up with the points for the process. I always say this, tepat dan cepat, sebab sekarang sudah silibus baru. Last time tepat lambat is okay, but now cannot. Now must be tepat dan cepat. I'll show you how. Okay guys, hard way, you read the word one by one. Easy way, this is how I guide my students lah. Easy way, we use a diagram. Okay, let's start. First point, normal body temperature. Suhu badan biasa 37 suhu darjat. Number 2, control is carried out by hypothalamus. Not thalamus, it's called hypothalamus. Guys, any changes from normal, whether your suhu badan go up or go down, means whether outside is hot or cold, the changes will be detected by thermoreceptors. Thermoreceptor. Thermo means heat. Thermoreceptors, heat receptors. Let's say like now, recently weather quite hot lah, and some more Selangor, Selangor no water again lah. So, when there's a rise in body temperature, thermoreceptors, I think I need to put that, especially Selangor students. When there's a rise in body temperature, thermoreceptors will stimulate hypothalamus. Guys, hypothalamus will stimulate adrenal gland. Revision, what hormone do they secrete? Adrenaline. So I need you to think, during a hot day, will there be more adrenaline ataupun kurang adrenalina? Jawapan kurang. Guys, less adrenaline, and also hypothalamus stimulate thyroid gland, release less thyroxine, kurang tiroxina. Okay, pelajar sekalian. Alright, because whether hot, your hormone level should drop. Okay, hormone should drop. This is only half the process, not done. So guys, I'll start from scratch. Okay, first point, normal body temperature, 37. Okay, control is carried out by hypothalamus. Any changes from normal, perubahan daripada aras biasa, this will be detected by thermoreceptors. Yeah, if there's a rise, thermoreceptors will stimulate hypothalamus. Hypothalamus stimulate adrenal gland, less adrenaline. Thyroid gland, less thyroxine. Okay, let's continue from here. Hey, do you remember the function of thyroxine for adults? Because for thyroxine, for children is for development of brain and body, perkembangan otak dan badan. Bagi dewasa, orang dewasa, is to increase metabolism. Is for metabolism. Is for metabolism. So common sense, now weather hot, cuaca panas, kurang tiroksina, maksudnya kurang kadar metabolisme. Okay? Why? Why, sir? Why weather hot, then less hormone, less metabolic rate? Because we feel hot, right? We want less heat to be released. We want less heat to be released. We want less heat to be released. Okay. If you're learning this for the first time, it's a little bit taxing lah, kali pertama. I mean, everything you do in life, memang first time is more taxing lah. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, I am starting. I think I can share this lah. It's quite random I'm starting a new business soon next month. It applies to everyone lah. What I'm doing. If you watch my earlier video about the gun, the bioenergy gun, I'll be doing a business related to that. So if you have any questions, you need proper guidance, I'll be setting up a simple consultation in Shopee for anybody. Yeah, I'll tell you some steps of how to go about it. Okay guys, coming back. So skin. Now, the hypothalamus will stimulate the skin to carry out, number one, vasodilation. Guys, for the skin, there are 3 functions you have to hafal. 3 fungsi yang anda mesti hafal. First one, vasodilation. pemvasodilatan. Vasodilatan. Okay, what does it mean? The blood vessel becomes bigger. Guys, blood vessel becomes bigger so that more heat can be lost. Lebih haba akan hilang. Okay, lebih haba akan hilang. And do you, I mean, this is a bit of boy-girl-ish question lah. Means girls will realize more than boys. I normally ask in class, girls, do you realize what happens to your hair follicle, bulu roma, during a hot day? You'll be surprised most of the girls can answer one, but most of the boys cannot. How about you? During a hot day, your hair follicles will fall. During a hot day, your hair follicles will fall. Okay, fall. Fall can, guys, fall can, drop can. Please don't say fall off or drop off. Okay, if you say that, don't say you learn bio from me, okay? Because fall off or drop off maksudnya terkeluar. So basically during a hot day, if you write that means your whole head, I mean legs and hands and legs are all botak already, yeah? Fall can, drop can, okay? So that more heat can be lost. Lebih haba boleh kehilangan. Then sweating, perpeluhan, sweating. Okay, so these are the three things: vasodilation, hair follicles fall or drop, then sweating. And all these events here will lead to a drop back to normal body temperature. Last point is called negative feedback mechanism. Mekanisme swap balik negatif. Okay, mekanisme swap balik negatif. Apakah fungsi mekanisme ini? What's the function? Negative feedback is when we achieve the normal level that we want. It will stop all this by stopping the thermoreceptor. Sebab kita telah mencapai aras yang kita nak, iaitu 37 suhu darjah, suhu biasa. So there's no need for all these to still occur. To stop all this, we just have to stop the thermoreceptor. So we require a negative feedback. And for understanding, if some of you find I still don't quite get it, imagine, I like to ask my students, imagine if there's no negative feedback. Tak ada swap balik negatif, apa yang akan terjadi? Semua ini masih akan berlaku dan suhu badan masih akan turun lebih daripada aras biasa. So it will go beyond, it endangers your body lah. Okay. So at the end, the last point, we always say negative feedback occurs to maintain the normal temperature. That's all. One sentence. Negative feedback mechanism maintains normal body temperature. Full stop. That's all. Okay. So guys, yeah, this is the whole process. It's all in one picture. It's all in one picture. Now, remember what I just said earlier? You have to try to recall processes in 1 minute. 1 minute. That's what I stress a lot in class. If you fail to come up with the points in 1, maximum 2 minutes, you are not okay. You are not okay, guys. You have to know. Okay, so I believe if you're watching this even now, I mean, if you started from the beginning, I mean, of the video, of this video until now, I think you can settle in 1 minute. You see, first time for me to teach a process 15 minutes or 10 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes. But once we hit the second or third time, kali ketiga, we can achieve 1 minute. It's a huge improvement already. Yeah. Okay, check. Try to stay one step ahead of me. Alright. Okay, first point, normal temperature. Second, hypothalamus. changes detected by thermoreceptors, and when there is a rise kenaikan suhu badan, there will be less adrenaline, less thyroxine. Common sense, lower metabolic rate, less heat produced. Okay, just to pick your brain, what is here? If you remember well, you should remember skin. Skin, how many functions? 3. Vasodilation, hair follicles, how? Hair follicle fall, then sweating. 3. Vasodilation, more heat loss, hair follicles fall, sweating. All these lead to a drop back to normal body temperature. Last point always, negative feedback. How long did it take us? I didn't time but I think it's 1 minute or lesser. Yeah, guys, this is what I mean by first time you read the nota is perfectly fine. But if you are Form 5, you are still reading every single word, especially from the reference book. You have to do something about it. It's not the way. I know that you have problems scoring. Confirm one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So all the processes basically I convert to picture. So every process it takes 1 minute lah. If you're asking me, sir, what is the toughest process? I can tell you straight. The 2 toughest process in Form 4, the top two toughest process for majority of students are 90%. Just in case some of you find this easy, there's something else tougher for you. I believe 95% of students will find this top 2 toughest. Urine formation, penghasilan air kencing. Sounds easy to do it, but susah to hafal. Okay, and menstrual cycle. This one I dare not say easy to do it lah. Okay, so these 2 is very tough, but I have trained my students to memorize in 1 minute also. 1 to 1.5 maximum. Okay. Okay, yeah, hopefully you all can follow up till now. You see, with visual, we can revise in 1 minute, and also you can easily tackle the other half. Hey, don't forget, we only study what happens if temperature go up. How about temperature go down? Temperature go down, everything opposite. If you know up, you know down. Guys, if you know up, you know down. I was just saying this yesterday, up and down. I don't know why some boys are quite happy. Don't know what they meant. Guys, look, when there is a drop in temperature, without referring to the notes also, you are able to answer. Thermoreceptors are stimulated. Check, guys. Just now less adrenaline, now how? Should be more. More adrenaline, thyroxine just now less, now more. More adrenaline, more thyroxine, higher metabolic rate. Guys, higher metabolic rate means more heat produced. The tough word is this, vasoconstriction. Just now vasoconstriction. Just now vasodilation, now vasoconstriction. Salur darah akan mengecut untuk mengekalkan haba. Ya. Hair follicles rise. Just now sweating, now shivering. Okay. During a cold day, you shiver. Only cold day lah, guys. Morning you wake up, you go and bathe. Also, you shaking like nobody's business already. All this leads to a rise back to normal. Last point always negative feedback. Okay, last point always negative feedback. So, guys, again back to my point. If you know up, you know down, mah. Okay. So when you revise, try to. That's not all of you follow me, correct? So for those who don't, try to use pictures from the books to help you out when you get stuck. It's always my advice when I go to schools to give talk. Even recently, a few school seminars, I told them, yeah, if you struggle in this subject, try to use diagram more lah. On the diagram, you write point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. So bila buat ulang kaji, you refer back the diagram, the points. Because why? When you read, this is called passive revision. Ulang kaji passive. 3 times passive is one time active. So what is active? Visualization. Visual lah, any picture, any diagram, any video. Okay. For example, I ask you back now. Can you explain what happens when there's a rise in body temperature? So if your method is correct, if you followed just now, oh sir, first point normal, second point control, third point when there's a rise detected. Oh sir, fourth point higher adrenaline, higher thyroxine, higher metabolic rate, more heat. Easier to come up with the points, yeah. Hey, we did 3 times only just now. I did half time, then after that another 2 times, 2.5 times only. Okay. Imagine if you do more. It'll be inside here already. Nothing much to study after that. Okay. Okay. Oh, this one never mind. One of my students a few years back, when she saw this picture, sir, she raised up the hand, you know. She raised up, sir, I realized that a lot of processes involve hypothalamus. How to know whether my hypothalamus is okay? Yeah. So guys, if you look at the picture here, what can you apply? What can you apply? The answer is this one. The shivering part. But I answered her a bit differently. I said, I told the girl, I said, very good question. First step, you have to know whether your hypothalamus is fine, you have to drive up to, can you recognize this? You have to drive up to Genting Highlands. Yeah. Set your alarm. Yeah, book a room, set your alarm 4 a.m. So when the alarm rings, yeah, then you take a shower. I told her, if you do that and you are shivering, means your hypothalamus is fine. Your hypothalamus is fine, okay? But guys, I think you don't need to do that. Like I said, morning you wake up, you go for a bath also, you'll be shivering already. Okay. Oh yeah, and she answered, sir, I don't think I'll be able to come back after that. If you get the joke, if you get the joke. Okay, so, and one very last thing. Now, in bab 11, I taught immunity. The 3 lines of defense, first, second, and third. Guys, revision, first line, baris pertahanan pertama, your kulit lah, mucous membrane, saliva, hydrochloric acid. Second line, phagocytic white blood cell. Apa lagi ya? This one, fever, and then inflammation. Okay, I want to talk about fever. In my class, I told my students, I asked them, is fever good? And in a funny way, many say good. I don't know why. Very good. Oh, okay. Actually, fever is good for defense when you are sick. Because why? Guys, if your temperature is 37.7, there is not a need to take a lot of Panadol, put the cold pad, because this is your normal body mechanism. It's nature's way of fighting the bacteria. Dengan menaikkan suhu sedikit, then the white blood cell more active, the temperature better in killing the bacteria. Yeah. So I think below 37.7, below 37.8, you should let nature take its course. Let the body fight. After that, if you want to take Panadol, I think it's fine. Okay. So, why is your parent very concerned when you have very high fever? I'm talking about 38, 39 degrees Celsius. It's because there's something called upper lethal temperature. Lethal means deadly. Boleh mati ya. Upper lethal temperature 43. 43. Upper lethal temperature 43. At this temperature, your brain cells will stop. In fact, start dying. Yeah, that's why you have to be concerned if your fever is too high. Okay. Always have a thermometer at home. Yeah, always have a thermometer at home. Buy this one better. Because this one my student told me last time, then only I realized. So do you know, I normally use this for my tongue. Then one day I saw my brother putting it on his armpit. Oh, it was a sudden realization. Very true. Yeah, buy this one better lah. Buy this one better. This one cannot put armpit mah. Yeah. Okay guys, so I hope you understood homeostasis and body temperature regulation. Alright, okay, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Take care.